Hello everyone, this is Corpse, also known as Dreaded Corpse, owner of headshotdomain.com or .net, bringing you another video tutorial. Today's video tutorial is basic FTP knowledge for the newer user. Um, I, I and some other people have been running into the issue of people just not understanding basic FTP. So today I'm going to try going over a few of those pointers. If you find this video tutorial useful and you'd like to see more, please visit me over at headshotdomain.net. Drop me a line in the forums or send me a private message. Um, I'm always looking for new topics to make more video tutorials. Also, if you'd like to donate to the site to help out for the cause, then feel free to. Donations are always welcomed. So, and also come visit clanthemes.com for all your modules and blocks and PHP new questions. Over there, a lot of bright, talented people. So stop on by. So okay, let's pretty much just jump right into this. Here, let me close this. First thing what we're going to need to do is make sure you have an FTP account already set up. Um, what you want to do is you want to come into basically this is cPanel. Yours might look different, but basically uh sorry about that. Um, basically what you want to do is you want to set yourself up with an FTP account so you can edit things. As you can see right here, FTP accounts. We click on that, and what you would do is you would create yourself a user, a password, and set your directory, and you have your quota limit. It's all right here. So, like, just say if we were going to do one for uh, me, I'll do one as corpse, like that. And password, I'm going to do something like that. I don't even remember what I just typed. I'm not saving this, so I'm not too worried about that. As you can see, it automatically puts me into public HTML backslash corpse, and it's basically going to create the directory for me. I don't want that. I want to be able to have full access, so I would just delete that. And basically quota, I would like it to be unlimited. And then what I would do is create FTP account. Once you do that, here I'll do that. I'll just delete this right afterwards. As you can see, it's working. It will give you the account information that you're going to need. The FTP username, password, FTP server, and the port. So we can go back. As I don't need this account, so, and you've seen the password, well, it doesn't really matter because I don't want it. Yes. Go back. Okay, so we're done with that. That's basically how you would set yourself up with an FTP account. Simple enough. Um, let's move on. Basically, first thing I want to do is, here, I'll open up this. This is FileZilla. It's a free program you can download, and it's FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Uh, it's a program that allows you to transfer files from your computer to your web server through the program. It connects right to it, and it basically merges your two computers together so you can easily transfer files and data through them. So what you would do is you would open up FileZilla, like right here. As you can see, if I go back here, let me go all the way back to the real the base of my site. As you can see, I have a folder called public HTML, public FTP, www, temp, etc., etc. Well, what I would want to do is open up my public HTML. This public HTML is also known as root HTML. So here, let me see if I have module. Nope. Let me check in here. Okay. Okay. Here's one right here. Nope. Never mind. I never finished that. Here's a good example. Finally found one. Right inside here, this is a package I've been putting together. Yes, I know they already have one, but it's their older release, and this is their newer release that Nuke Evolution Extreme 2.0 did. And what I asked them if they had the core files. They said, yeah, it's inside the Extreme files. Pull them out and do what you want. Well, I pulled them out. Well, I'm throwing this together for others so they don't have to go through what I did. Uh, but right inside here, you'll see that I did public HTML. Um, this could also, if you download a module or something, it could also be called HTML. Or it could be called root. Lowercase, capital, doesn't matter. Uh, all three of those names mean the same thing. Um, me, I like to keep it um, public HTML. Public underscore HTML. And then what you do is inside there, you'll notice now there's a folder called admin, includes language, blocks, images, and the installer. Well, I threw this image quickly together to give you a basic idea. I really didn't go too much into detail. I just slapped this together pretty quick. Um, I'm going to go over the structure. It's also known as the tree, hence why they call it the root. The root or the base, and then it spreads out like a tree, like a family tree, sort of how you would do the family tree. Start off with a single that's at the root, and then works your way up. So if you look right here, uh, you'll notice public HTML. That's at the very bottom. That is the root of the tree. And then next step up, you'll notice that there's an admin, blocks, images, includes, language, modules, and themes. Here, let me open this up. Let me come to the Extreme Evo site. This is my test site. As you can see, just picture this Extreme Evo as root or public HTML. Just picture that being right where this is. Um, this is called a subdirectory. So this makes it uh, a subdomain. This is its own root. So this is the root, and the next step up would be admin, and then blocks, images, includes. So all these folders are going to be the next branches sticking out. Um, all these files here, they're inside the root, so they're basically the bark around. Um, they're there, but they're not actually extending out to like further and further. So, but like if you look up here on this image, it goes from admin, and then there's four more branches. And it goes case, language, links, modules. So if we came back up to the top and went into admin, you'll see that there's four folders and then more of those files. These files, they're the bark. That's where they stay. These are more branches coming out. And I mean, I didn't go much further because this thing could go out for miles if I kept on going. How some people build up things, but like if we go into language, you'll notice that there's two more branches here, and then these ones are the bark here, and then you come in, and that's the end. These will be the end of the branches with all the leaves. So, and basically it would just keep coming out and extend, just like a family tree. So when you hear people say, just upload all the files into the root, keeping the file structure, or uh, that that's what they're saying. They're saying keep the file structure. Think like a family tree type thing. The file structure is right here, public HTML. Then you have the folders here, and then it goes keeps on going all the way to the right. So I hope that explains a little bit. If we come all the way to my public HTML here, you'll notice I have extra folders in here. If I want to just say go to bracket, inside bracket, I want to see this image. What I would do is here, let me bring up my website here, open this up. It's going to be this right here, the headshotdomain.net. That would just replace that with the public HTML. So I would do a backslash, which is already there, bracket. So I'm going to do bracket. Now let me open this up, and it's called HS bracket GIF. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that right here, and let's go check it out. And this was one of our tournaments that we had a while ago. It was one of our test tournaments, and as you can see, UWS won. Definitely a good round, good games there. So let's come back. So I hope that explains a little bit towards what people say when you're uploading. Make sure you keep the same brackets or same categories, keeping the file structure the same. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, it's been a long day. Here's an easy way I found to upload. If you open up the folder and you open up so you see public HTML root or HTML at the top, and you see these files and they match up with the files in there, what you can do is, as you can see, I scrolled down from the folders to the files. Highlight everything and just drag and drop onto those. And concern, I don't want to overwrite all these. I'm going to just skip, but that's how you can easily upgrade. Pretty simple. That's basically how you would upload all that. And basically what it did was it dropped all the files in correct spots. So if it, like, it dropped the block in the right spot, oops, too far. Inside the admin, it dropped all these in the same spot, the right spots. So basically that's what it did. Kept the file structure correct. I mean, as you can see, if you went deep into this, hold on, what is it? Modules. There's another folder here. I mean, now we're like 5 folders in. 3, 4, 4 folders in. So you can see it could actually get deeper and deeper. I've seen some get pretty deep, especially modules. So now we have that out of the way. Another problem a lot of people have been having is CH mode. CH mode is file permissions. It's now saying what you or users or the site can do to that file or to that folder. Um, Good example. Sorry. Um, let's click on this and click on file permission. As you can see, it's 775 right here. Inside here, it gives the owner permission to read, write, and execute. Group permission just to read and execute. Public permission to read and execute. Sometimes you're going to hear them say you need to chmode to 777. That will highlight all of them. Or 666. That just allows them to write. I mean, the most common is 755. That's what you're mostly going to see. You can also use this resecure to subdirectories. So inside that folder, if there's other folders and files in there, you can have it apply to all the files and directories. You can also just have it applied to the files or the different directories. Directories meaning other folders inside there. So that's what you can do there. That's pretty simple. Just to do that, what you would do is right click and come down to file permission. Uh, that's pretty much it when it comes to that. Uh, hmm. Okay. Another thing I would like to show you is here. Let's go into themes. Let's come to this theme right here. Some people have been just like dragging and dropping files onto their desktop to edit them. One thing really nice about FileZilla, and most of them have it, is a way to edit a file just by right-clicking on it. So here, what I'll do is I'll right-click on this, and you'll see View and Edit. I'll go and click that. Here, let me move that over to here. And what it does is it opens it up right here. And what you're doing is now viewing all the code, and you can edit it. Mine opened up in Dreamweaver, but there's many different editing softwares you can use. You can use Notepad++, which is 100% free. You can go out and purchase Dreamweaver or torrent it, which your best bet is to buy it. No viruses, no chance of spyware, and all that fun junk. There's other programs out there. I'm sure if you ask Floppy will recommend one. If you ask somebody else, they'll recommend one. But we all basically recommend the same free one, which is Notepad++. Um, so it's really whatever you want to use, but you can, like I have mine configured so it automatically opens this. It will do that on your first time opening. Uh, so once that's open, you can edit something here. I'm just going to make a backspace there, so now I can save this. And let me close this. And now, as you can see, it says a file previously opened has been changed. File name, that's the one that I just did. Says where it's from, the remote path. Would I like to save it, basically? I'll click yes. And now every edit I just did is now saved on the server. If I actually kept that open and I did some edits, here, let me redo that. Reopen local file, it's already downloaded, so here, I'll go to I'm trying to find a section. I was just in this earlier. I had to do some updating. Here we go. This is what I was editing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove this. Delete, delete, Control S, and what I'm going to do is just minimize that. As you can see, it says the same thing I just mentioned. And let's bring this up, and let's go to my forums. Okay, let's go into Call of Duty 4 because I know there's some images in here. And as you can see, these images right here, I can't click on them, they won't resize, nothing. So, what I want to do is I can come back here, and now I made those edits, and I don't want them. I want it back to the way I had it. I can hit Control Z a couple times, and it brings me right back to what I deleted. I'll hit Control S to save. Those are all the shortcuts. I have them memorized. And what you want to do is make sure you come back to the FTP before you refresh and check it out, because if you don't save the changes like I'm doing now, they would not affect you. So you want to see them, not until you upload it. Now I just refresh the page, and now you can see the image is there, but when I put the mouse over, you can see now I have the hand. I click on that, and it resized it. There's something that I built into my site, so all the images, once they get past a certain size, will now put them in the resize mod, but if they're underneath that certain size, they stay full size. So that was something that you can do very easily with FTP, um, which is also pretty nice. Um, okay, next thing I want to go over is moving a folder. Uh, this comes very handy, especially if you are creating just say a second. You have your site and you want to update it or upgrade it, go from a Raven nuke to a nuke evolution, vice versa, and you want to keep your original site there so your users still have the site to come to. They can still um, find out information, have conversations in the forums, but you want to be able to build the site. This is where a subdirectory comes in play. Good example, Nuke Evo right here. If I come to headshotdomain.net and I type in Nuke Evo and put in the backslash, oops. Oh, sorry, it's Extreme Evo. Control V, put in the backslash. Here we go. Here's the Extreme site. This is just a test site. But see, I can build this site right now. I can work on it. And when it comes down to doing the final changes, I want to move this to the same level as the public HTML. Well, what I can do is click on this right up here, backslash. Now you can see I'm below the public HTML. And here, let me close that. What I can do is come back here, take this, and just drag it up and place it right inside there. Now you can see it right here. It's on the same level as my public HTML. Well, if I want to have this as my main site, which I hope there's no users on my site currently. Here, let's just double check. Looks clear. I just have Google. Let me open up this. And I'll rename this one to public HTML 1. And I'll name this one public HTML. Now, if I click refresh, that's it. I mean, that's just a matter of now, this is my new site. You saw I had a total of, what, maybe 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds of downtime. Now I want to go back. I'll just rename this one to Extreme Evo, and I'll rename this one public HTML. And now we check this out, and there we go. The website's back. I mean, that's how when I'm working on a customer's website or something, that's how I build their site and transfer their site with only 2 or 3 seconds of downtime. I know a couple people have been trying to figure out how I did that, and that's how I did it. I mean, it's not a trade secret. It's something anybody and everybody should do. I mean, it's not that bad. But now I want to put the Extreme Evo back into the public HTML so it's in the same directory. Just left click on it, move it up, drag and drop. Now, if I click on the public HTML, there we go. That's very simple. That's all that is to it. I mean, yes, it might seem intimidating. You might be worried you might mess up or something. But the thing is, um, it's a lot easier. And I mean, you can always just practice. I mean, as you can see, it's not that hard. Um, so let's see if I missed anything else. I have a little cheat sheet that I'm going by. Mostly just telling me what topics to cover. And if you want to see it, I'll bring it over. It's what Floppy and I were talking about. As you can see, I'm right here. So, uh, we've gone over properly add files. I mean, you can. I really hate doing this way. I've seen people do it, and personally, I just want to yell at them for doing it. Here, let me open up this. Okay, I'll use this one as an example. No. And I send center blocks. Here we go. This is the one thing that really bugs me. I've seen people do. They'll come in and they'll be like, okay, it's public HTML. Let's open up that. It's admin. So open up that. Let's open up this admin case. So let's open up case. Let's open up case. Oh, and then we move that down, drop it, and then click back and do the next one. Click back, do the next one, links, and you so on. I mean, you're talking doing them individually. Some of these things could have ooh, 30 folders, 40 folders, 100 folders, and like 500 files. Yeah, good luck with that. Like I said before, if it's a block or something that was created, if it's just a block, then most of the time you'll just have a folder blocks. You open up blocks, there's a block. Matter of just doing that. But when you start getting into a lot of files like this, you'll notice they'll have the public HTML, then they have the structure. why not just highlight everything? Make sure you're in the root. And what did I say before? Not over a folder, but over a file. If you drag and drop these over that folder, it's going to actually put all that stuff into that folder. You don't want to do that. You want to put it into over a file because you can't necessarily put folders and more files into a file. You can in a folder. So it's a matter of just do and drag and drop. That's it. So uh, that's a very simple thing to remember. Drag and drop. Move that over. Let's see. Anything else? Uh, we went over properly how to add files. Oh, last thing. Uh, because we already did the file structure, ch mode, and moving the folders. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, I did go over it briefly, but not completely. Um, Renaming. Okay, today, good example. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know when he watches this video, he's probably going to comment to me saying, hey, I know you're talking about me. But guess what? You're not the first one to do it, and certainly not going to be the last. So hopefully this will help you. Modules folder. If you go to your website, and mine says navigation, but yours, if it's a fresh install, will say modules on it. Please do not think if that says modules and in your FTP it says modules that if you rename this, it will rename that. Now, um, basically you don't want to rename any of the folders there. Um, but you can like create a new folder. Yeah, like you can rename this. Just right click on it, rename. I'll name this test site. Now, as you can see, test site right there. If I come up here, click on that, it will open up test site. So you can easily rename it to whatever you want. Um, but try not to rename like folders, preferably like themes. Anything that comes with it, then you don't want to edit those. He did today, and he renamed his modules folder. And basically what it did was it deactivated all his modules, and then he was having trouble doing certain things. So I ended up going in there helping him out. So sorry for picking on you about this, but it is one of those mistakes that can be made, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Um, it's better if you don't know and you're unsure and you're working on a live site, especially if it's your site and it's a live site. Ask before you do something. There might be somebody a little bit more knowledgeable. Ask them. That is your safest bet and probably smartest bet. If it is like a test site like my Extreme Evo site right here, I can mess this thing up and it won't phase me because it's just a test site. It's not actually anything that would hurt. So uh, that's the type of things. As you can see, I added in a lot of extra files, but I do a lot of different things. So that's pretty much it when it comes to FTP. Um, yeah, this stuff, I really don't use this. I prefer to actually manually search for the files. To me, you can accomplish so much more, so much faster, and it will be exactly what you're looking for. You might mess up doing that. But another thing is you can have multiple FTPs open um, to the same site, to different sites. It really doesn't matter. But just know that you can't go from FTP to FTP. They haven't built that feature into this yet. Some of them do. This one doesn't, but most of those ones that do have it, you have to pay for. This one's free, and unfortunately, they haven't built it in yet. But I think it's going to be in the near future. So, yeah, I hope this helps. Good luck with everything, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll try answering as best as possible. And take care.